ByteStride was all about being me, expressing my journey, my struggles, my thoughts as raw and as unfiltered as I could. But somewhere down the line, I really lost it all, I feel. Like today, I had so much in my mind and I wanted to record how I was feeling like and the thoughts that were going through my mind. And then a thought crossed my mind that if it has to be the podcast format, then it has to be at least 5 or 6 minutes long. And if it's the real format, it needs to be catchy, it needs to be attractive. But the reality is, I don't know any of this. I don't know how to make viral content. But all I know is I have a voice of my own, and a lot of people out there are and will be going through the similar stuff that I'm going through. I might not be the best when it comes to speaking. I might not be really articulate about the things that I'm doing. But where did the part of me die where I told myself that I would get better putting in a rep every day? Somewhere down the line, self doubt has creeped in where I'm like, will a person like me ever be able to achieve all of this? I mean, everyone says that the difference between those who achieve it and those who don't is that they're not willing to give up. But for a normal person like me, doubt creeps in and I start to question myself if I have what it takes to dream so big in life and to achieve it. Does everything happen by believing and taking action? Or do you need to have something in you? That's the question I've always thought about. I mean, since the past few days, I've started to have this self doubt that will I be able to make it? But then I try to brush it off and feel that I need to keep pushing. I need to have the dedicated time. I need to put in the work and I will see the results. Like, for example, for me, I have to give credit to myself that I started the social media presence, which was something I couldn't even think of. But now I've started it. I feel that this will not go anywhere. I will never be able to scale this. I will never be able to have a good amount of following. I would never be able to put things in my mind, put things from my mind into words in a way that would resonate with people. I would never be able to have the time to create those attractive videos with the hook, the offer, the story, whatever it is. Sometimes I feel, even for my cloud journey, will I be able to really learn the cloud and then move into freelancing or getting a cloud job? But then I sit down and reflect that the progress I've made so far is good enough. And then again, I feel this progress is good, but it's not really, really good enough to start making money. So that's where it is, the doubt is. And I feel days like these is where I need to build myself up and gather myself up and go for the thing that I'm really going for. Because I feel for normal people like us, where work creeps into our non-office hour time, where we plan to do a lot, but things happen in terms of extra work getting into our time where we have planned to do things. That really cripples us. And then we start to fear that will I be able to continue this for long or not? But I feel that's where the difficulty lies, and I have to realize that everything happens from a belief that I will be able to achieve it. So that's what I'm trying to do of late. I'm struggling between the fact that I'm not able to see myself achieving my goals, and then I try to push myself to believe that it's possible. And it's a kind of a roller coaster ride where I'm very low at times and very high at times. I feel consistent action could help me out of this because, as I said, having a plan at times it fails. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I would like to keep today's podcast for. Very raw, very unfiltered. I just want to speak out my mind. I just want to show what goes through my mind when there's a lot of unbalance of knowing and having a hint in your heart that you will achieve something, and then when you look into reality, things are not in your favor. I feel that is where character is built, and that is where a good story is built. The bigger the monsters we slay, I guess the better the story of the hero. So yeah, that's what I would like to put out. So let's use this as a momentum for me to be what I want to be. My goal was to put out content to be as raw as possible so that it resonates with the normal people, not those extra super smart productive people, but normal people like you and me who try their best to push through. So let me stick to this. And along with that, let me try my best to believe that I will become a cloud engineer who is capable of making large scale products in the cloud. For that, I will have to believe in myself, take one step at a time, and keep learning, right? Even though what I'm doing right now might look insignificant, but instead of not taking action, it's important I take action. So every time I take action, even if doubt creeps in and I'm like, well, is this the right action? At least I am taking action. So that's what matters. So yeah, that's the podcast for today. Somehow I was able to get a 7 minutes podcast in, or whatever I had in my mind. It might sound like something that doesn't make sense, but I just want this to be out there so that eventually, when I listen to this after a few years, when I have made it large and big in life, I can think of the thought process. And maybe if someone is going through a similar thought process right now, or has gone through it and has passed it, could also resonate, and it could act as a way of motivating all of us. Thank you so much if you have watched it till the end of the video and the podcast. Really appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck for whatever you're doing. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's think beyond ourselves. And let's think that the impossible is possible. Taking one step at a time, one ByteStride at a time. Thank you.